In Battleground, Michigan, mayor of only Muslim-run U.S. city endorses. Donald Trump took to Truth Social to repost an endorsement post by Ameer Ghalib, the mayor of the only city in the United States with an all-Muslim government. Ghalib leads the city of Hamtramck in Michigan. Former President Donald Trump told Breitbart News exclusively that he is excited that Ameer Ghalib, the Muslim Democrat mayor of Hamtramck, Michigan, has endorsed his campaign for president against Vice President Kamala Harris. I was very impressed with him, and he was a very big fan of the Trump administration because he saw no wars outside of defeating ISIS. But I inherited that. But there were no wars, Trump told Breitbart News in an exclusive interview Sunday afternoon. There was no October 7th. There was no Russian attack on Ukraine. He sees that, and he told me he saw a world that was at peace. Now we have a world that's going to end up in World War III, and I can stop that. I'm the only one that's going to stop that. Trump, in a nearly hour-long phone interview Sunday, told Breitbart News he is very open to going to Hamtramck for a campaign event and to meet with leaders of the Arab American community who are upset with the failures of Harris's and President Joe Biden's administration. The answer is, if the opportunity presents itself, I would do that, Trump said, when asked if he would hold a rally or a campaign stop in Hamtramck. It can't remain the way it is now with the hatred that's going around. Ghalib, the mayor of Hamtramck, who is also a Democrat and a Yemeni immigrant, represents one of the biggest Muslim communities in Wayne County, Michigan. The population is reportedly 60% Muslim. Ghalib was one of the leaders of the effort to get Muslim Democrats to vote uncommitted against Biden earlier this year in the Democrat primary in Michigan. And then that movement transformed first into the Abandon Biden effort in the general election and has now become the Abandon Harris movement. Appeared on Breitbart News Saturday on Sirius XM 125, the Patriot channel, and spoke very highly of Trump while not yet endorsing him. Ghalib told Breitbart News that he and Trump had a very productive meeting last week in Flint, and about how Trump does not want new wars if and when he is elected president again. I talked to President Trump about, some statistics here in Wayne County and how it used to be a stronghold for the Democrats, and we always used to vote Democrat, Ghalib said. This is not the case anymore here. Then Sunday afternoon, as Trump was speaking with Breitbart News, Ghalib formally endorsed Trump for president, marking a monumental shift among Arab voters against Democrats and toward Trump Republicans. Trump highlighted the endorsement on his Truth Social account. Even a fraction of this community breaks with Harris and joins Ghalib in backing Trump for president this year. It could prove devastating to Harris's electoral prospects. Again, well over 100,000 Michigander Arabs voted uncommitted in the Democrat primary, which was nearly the full margin between Biden and Trump in the 2020 Michigan election results. The loss of this key demographic voting bloc for Harris could swing the state of Michigan to Trump, and it could therefore swing the presidency his way. If Trump wins Michigan, Harris's already very difficult pathway to the presidency becomes even more dire.
Trump disgraces our military by using our men and women in uniform as mercenaries, serving the interests of multinational corporations like ExxonMobil and foreign countries like Saudi Arabia. Now, for political reasons, he claims he is against so-called endless wars, but he supports and is carrying out 19th and 20th century style naked imperialism. In October of 2019, Trump began our occupation of Syrian oil fields using the excuse that he was protecting the oil from ISIS. But he revealed his real reason is to prevent the Syrian people from having access to their own oil. What he really was considering was to plunder the oil in partnership with ExxonMobil or some other multinational corporation. On October 27th, 2019, regarding Syria, he said, quote,
"We are leaving soldiers to secure the oil. Now, we may have to fight for the oil. It's okay. Maybe somebody else wants the oil, in which case they have a hell of a fight. It can help us because we should be able to take some also. And what I intend to do, perhaps, is make a deal with an ExxonMobil or one of our great companies to go in there and do it properly. Right now, it's not big. It's big oil underground, but it's not big oil up top."
But after our military leaders objected to his portrayal of our troops as essentially mercenaries who are pillaging the wealth of another country, Trump backed off. But then, just last Friday night, he again revealed his real motives for occupying Syria's oil fields, telling Laura Ingraham,
You know what I did? I left troops to take the oil. I took the oil. The only troops I have are taking the oil. They're protecting the oil. I took over
We're taking the oil. We're not taking
well,
the oil.
Maybe we will. Maybe we won't.
They're protecting the facility.
I don't know. Maybe we should take it. But we have the oil. Right now, the United States has the oil.
I call upon all Americans to stand side by side, including those who've been supporting Trump, no matter what he says or does, to recognize he is simply unfit to be commander-in-chief of our patriotic men and women serving our country in uniform. He's essentially treating our troops as mercenaries, acting as if he is Napoleon or a king. It's time for all Americans, no matter what our political party, to put the interests of our country before the interests of Trump or any other individual or political party.
I feel it coming. I feel it coming, baby. I feel it coming. I feel it coming, baby. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman. Sighed the vicious sake.
We love you more.
We love Saudi Arabia. The king is my friend. The crown prince is my friend. There's now the prime minister, crown prince, and everything else. And he deserves to be. But they're great friends of mine, and they're great people. And it's an honor to have so many Saudis. I just spoke to Yasser, and I said, you know, we have so many Saudis today. It's so nice to see that. They love us, and we love them. And it's an honor to have you all. Thank you very much for coming. We are going to be signing numerous countries in the not-too-distant future, so that'll be great. While you are on the phone, could I ask you, how is the dam doing in Ethiopia? The largest dam in many, many years being built. Unfortunately, it stops water from flowing into the Nile, which causes Egypt a little bit of a problem, right, as it should. But Ethiopia built a dam. You know all about it, probably, Bibi, but I've been dealing with Sudan on that. And I'm just curious, how is that going? Because you're really the third party involved with Ethiopia and Egypt and the dam. Are they working out their deal? Because I had a deal done for them. And then, unfortunately, Ethiopia broke the deal, which they should not have done. That was a big mistake. And we've stopped payment to them of a lot of aid because they did it. And they will never see that money unless they adhere to the agreement. But they built a dam which stops water from flowing into the Nile. And you can't blame Egypt for being a little bit upset. Yeah, if you would, because I had a deal done, and then they broke the deal, and they can't do that. They can't do that. So the deal was done, and it's a very dangerous situation because Egypt is not going to be able to live that way. And they'll end up blowing up the dam. And I said it, and I say it loud and clear. They'll blow up that dam, and they have to do something.